Okay, go ahead and straighten it out. Getting there. She's a big girl. It's looking pretty centered. It's looking pretty good. I'd like to get that way a little bit though. Might need to charge this battery for a little bit. Might just be hot. So that was not exactly how I was anticipating it would go, but I am in Pueblo and I came to pick up this 1960 Bonneville that I bought about 6 months ago or so from a junkyard here, and he has open houses every so often. I didn't ask him if I could film his place. It's not really open to the public junkyard. It's a private place where he hauls cars to, and he doesn't like people necessarily knowing where it is. And but you can look him up on Facebook. It's called Snyder's Junkyard, and he's always bringing in really cool cars. I've missed a couple really cool ones because I buy the not so cool ones. So I came to the open house because I saw this car on his Facebook page, and it had been on there a little while. I just didn't think it would still be available, and I was kind of hoping it wouldn't be, but when I got to the open house, it was sitting there, and I asked him if it was for sale, and there was a couple guys looking at it, and they were going to buy it, and he kind of yelled across the yard and said, "You guys going to buy it or what?" I said, if they don't want it, I'll buy it. I paid way too much again. I paid $1,600 for this car. And I just think it's just a beautiful, beautiful car. And this one is in terrible shape. So I don't know how close this thing will ever get to being on the road, but it's my first Bonneville. I tried to roll the windows down and realized it's actually got electric windows, electric seats. Be neat to get all that working, which I never will, but how cool would that be? There's no engine in the thing. I don't know, so I'm really nervous about towing this car. It's hard towing these massive vehicles with my half-ton Chevy running on 7 cylinders. So I am gonna just head straight to the farm from East Pueblo. I am nervous about this hood. being latched down. I want to try to find a way to make it latch. And then I'm going to hit the road to the farm. It's about a 5-hour drive from here. And then I got to figure out a place to put it because I'm running out of room out there, and this one takes up a lot of real estate. So I thought I was going to come down here and do a quick intro to the car, do a little tour of the junkyard, and then I was going to do a video of me pulling the car up on the trailer and taking it out to the farm. But they just wanted to get it up there and get out of there, and they helped me steer it up. And my battery went dead, and I had to get a jump start from them, and so it went as good as it's going to go. I also got a brand new windshield for it, and so I'm gonna head to the farm. Wish me luck, because I'm gonna need it. two on this side are holding air pretty good. This spare actually has a Pontiac bolt pattern on it, so I'm going to use that for one on the other side. There was this spare in the back seat, and I was all excited about it, but it's missing the valve stem, got ripped off. So that's not an option. This one is not holding air. This one will hold air for about not even a minute, but so let's see if we can get this baby into the Quonset. It never goes good. I'm not going to be able to get it out of here. Let go of the tire. Let go of the tire. Come on. This thing off of here. So I need to go back a little bit. I could probably go back a little bit. Found out these are reverse thread. Took me a second after started out tightening them, and I go, oh, they're not going to come off, and then it's like, oh yeah, it's a 1960. They could be reverse thread. You can kind of tell by looking at the threads which way they go. I learned that on a 40. I had a 42 Ford military. I guess it was a GP, not a Jeep, but Ford Jeep. And I tried to get those lug nuts off, and my father-in-law, who gave me the Jeep, said, well, they're reverse threads, son. I don't know. I figured it out. I didn't do any damage, at least, so. All right. Beautiful. One down, one to go. Love my Harbor Freight tools. Okay, now the scary part, now pulling it off the trailer. Big girl. There she goes. Glad I got the bigger winch. Oh no, it's good. This is where I pull the trailer out, I think. This is where I always wish I had someone with me to kind of watch, but you guys can watch for me. Why am I pulling it? Where she's gonna sit. Well, for about 20 minutes. I'm gonna move it back. But I gotta get the Jeep out of there, so I gotta move the Corvair back to here, and then I gotta get the Jeep over where the Corvair is kinda, and then I'm gonna push this thing back. Hopefully I can push it. And then, who knows? That was pretty painful, but it went really good. Minus the car falling off the floor jack, everything went really good. So what we have here is a 1960 Bonneville. I want to say it's in terrible shape, but it does have some good aspects to it. All the trim, all the chrome, there's little dings in the bumper, but overall, it's got good stuff on it, I guess I should say. But underneath, it's completely rotten. I'm very excited having this car, but I don't think that I will put a lot into trying to get it back on the road. It does not have an engine. It does not have a back glass. It's got all the other glass, and I bought a new windshield for it. It does not have an engine or transmission, but I do have a 1965 389 that I am thinking I will try to put in there and get it running. It's kind of for the Grand Prix. The Grand Prix also has a 389, but it's a 60, I forget now. I have to go back and watch my old YouTube videos. It's not a 65. So the guy gave me a 65 engine to put in here. And so this one could go in, according to him, they both run. So this one could go into the Bonneville, or the other one could go into the Bonneville. And then also I know that guy in Colorado that's got he's got a bunch of Pontiac motors and transmissions. So not a whole lot to show you guys on this. Just the fact that it's here is just amazing. I think I've shown you guys a little bit of this already, but it does have electric seats, electric windows. It's a super cool car. I really like the dash. I really like everything about it. And the reason I wanted a 1960 Bonneville is because I fell in love with them at that auction I went to in Fort Collins when I bought these three cars. I bought these two Corvairs and the Mustang at that auction, and he was selling mostly Impalas and, well, 60, 59 Impalas. We also had a bunch of Pontiacs. Well, I fell in love with the Impalas, but at that auction, I really fell in love with the 60 Bonneville. And the thing I like about it the most, or that I liked about it the most, are the way that they did those taillights. I think it's just super cool. How fun would it be to get this thing back on the road? The other thing I wanted to mention to you guys is I have this weird obsession now with these X-frames. And so I've got this beautiful machine here is a 60 Bel Air that is needing a lot of attention. And now I've got the 60 Bonneville, and as silly as it sounds, I'm not 100% sure what I'm looking for, but I want to get the Buick and the Oldsmobile version, and so I think it's a Buick. So I think I want a 1960 Buick LeSabre, and I think I want a 1960 88 or Delta 88. I don't know if they called them back then, so I need to figure it out, but I would love to get one of each. If I could have only one, the one that I really like is the Pontiac. Although I like the Chevy too, but just so you guys know, I do have another 60. It's a Biscayne 4-door, and I'm going to go get parts off of that, and that's coming up pretty soon. And when I say soon, I mean within the next 2 or 3 years. So sit tight for that. But it should have everything I need to finish this car, at least body and trim. The interior and glass is not there, so I'm gonna have to do that on my own. Although I did just get a windshield for this car, and I believe that all 4 cars, I mean the Pontiac, Oldsmobile, Chevy, and Buick all have the same windshield. Maybe not the Buick, but so I got some learning to do on those other vehicles, but for now, this is my 1960 Bonneville, and it's a beautiful blue one, and I can't wait to drop that 389 in there and take it for a spin around the block. That'll never happen, but I still can't wait for it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you found some enjoyment out of me struggling to get this car home from Pueblo, Colorado, back to Nebraska, where it actually came from. See you guys soon. Bye.